My calculations say your weapons will burn out before you destroy them. You've got to find another way.
Achilles didn't have another way.
Everyone, to me!
The four warriors quickly moved to him, maintaining their attacks. They moved like professionals, putting their backs to Achilles and forming a wall around him. They continued firing by Achilles, knowing that Hermes was right. For each one that fell, 4 more flowed through the hole. The first string of blue light streaked from an unseen orb and hit the ground 3 meters in front of Monk. The grass crackled and sizzled before turning dead gray. Achilles understood that he could raise his trident and fire like the rest of his team, but eventually, he'd watch as they all fell to the unending horde. He was beginning to understand his mental powers. Yet, with death coming from above, Achilles had to use Constantine's birthright, or go to the afterlife. With the orbs falling and his people surrounding him, Achilles closed his eyes and hooked the trident to his belt, then shoved outward with his mind. No rays shot from his head. The only sign that anything was happening came when the orbs slammed into an invisible field, hundreds breaking against it and falling dead. Achilles felt the pressure. His hands fisted as he pushed outward, yet the field shrank. As it did, his right knee buckled. He dropped to a knee and put both fists on the ground to brace himself. The orbs battered against the unseen wall. Their electrical attacks grew in intensity, and they swarmed over the dome. Achilles' nose started bleeding, and the red liquid dripped on the inside of his faceplate as his shoulders shook. The dome was 5 meters above him and slowly shrinking. He couldn't hold it for much longer, and his team's attacks would not kill enough to matter. It was like using a bucket to try to save a sinking ship.
Hermes, is there anything else I can do?
No, I'm continually running options, but all are dead ends. I'll report if I find anything.
3 meters. 2. 1. Achilles pounded the ground with his fists, knowing he'd lost, but refusing to fall. Then, the pressure from above dissipated. One moment, Achilles' body shook from the battering on his shield, and the next second, the field that guarded his team rushed outward, finding little resistance as the orbs fell around it, lifeless. Achilles jerked his head upward. He saw nothing but dead globes falling, and as his mental field expanded, they fell farther away.
I think I found something, Achilles.
What?
Whatever killed them? I'll tell you in a few moments.